Hello, I am Debbie Ridpath, a children's book author and illustrator. Recently, I've been posting a number of short little animations, and some people have been asking me how I created them. So I am going to go through the process just a little bit because it's a lot of fun. But also, just in case anyone's wondering, I have an iPad Pro. I'm using my iPad pencil, which has a Crayola skin because I love Crayola. And the app I'm using is Procreate. So I think you can all see me. Am I live? I think I'm live right now. Yes, I think I am. Okay, so I have Procreate open and I have a folder on Procreate with all my animations. So some of the recent ones I've been doing. Let's see if this will work. Let's play. So this is just one example of one of them. You can see all the different, and I have it on auto repeat. Then let's find another one. Go to gallery. I also did one for some young students about potatoes. Oh, this was a potato reaction to one of the students doing a little cooking thing with potatoes. And the potato is from I'm bored, I'm sad, and I'm worried. What else did I do? Also, I did one of Gerpel and this is one, the finished one. Gerpel and Preen, which are two characters from my upcoming book with Linda Sue Park, Gerpel and Preen, A Broken Crayon Cosmic Adventure. Okay, so now I'm going to make one from scratch. So here's what I do. And I haven't really planned out how I'm going to do this, but I figure since I was planning to do a little animation anyway. So what I do is I go into gallery or no, never mind. I hit the little wrench to get to settings. Then I go to canvas and I click on Animation Assist. Then let's do a really simple one. First you choose your pen, and I'm gonna choose this one. And let's have a plant growing. So here, you know what? Let's have just a little tiny plant here. And you could work in color, but I'm too lazy. And also, if I added color every single layer, it would be more of a chore. And this is just for play for me. Okay, so you can see that, right? All right, so then if you look, oh, you know what? I'm going to get rid of that overlay because it's covering up the bottom. So I'm going to move me, actually. Can I move me? I'll move me over here. I'm using Ecamm, I'm going to make me smaller. I'm too big here. You don't need to see me. You can just look at my animation. Okay, that way you can see the lower part. Okay, so notice there's just one frame. Now I'm going to click on Add Frame. And notice that now the first frame is sort of faint. It's sort of like it's grayer. That's called an onion skin. Right now, actually, I'm going to keep on drawing and I will show you what I mean by onion skin. So I'm going to make the plant a little bit larger. And so right now there's the first frame and there's the second frame. And if I press play right now, oh, it's too fast. So what I usually do is I go into settings. Then I switch frames per second. I just experiment. Let's try 6 frames per second. That's a little bit better. You can always change it later. And I don't like seeing all the onion skin, so I bring it way down to maybe like 2. And there's other things. Color secondary frames. I haven't experimented with color. I just like black and white for now. And you can choose just playing it once, or loop, or ping pong, going forward and reverse. I choose loop because that way I can see it over and over again, and then I can decide if it's working or not. Okay, let's add another frame, and let's make the leaf growing a little bit larger. Another one. I find making these little animations so much fun. So each time I add a frame, I just hit Add
frame. And let's, I'm going to make something coming out of the plant just to make it more interesting. So let's have a little creature coming out of the plant. So I'm just going to go like that. Okay, so at this point, I usually say, what does it look like now? And I'll press play. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right. So, but then before I add a frame, I have to make sure, I've learned this from hard experience, to go to the last frame. You can go like this too. Go to the last frame, and you can also insert frames. And if I wanted to if I wanted to go in between here, okay, right now it's growing, but if I wanted to make it sort of, I'm not explaining myself very well. If I wanted to make it go like this for a while, what I could do, can you guys see that? If I click on the second last frame, notice I can delete that frame. I could, I've never made it hold. Anyway, I can make a copy of it. So then what I do is I move that copy to the end. And then I make another copy of the previous one, and I move that to the end. And let's see what we have so far. See, that's kind of cool because now we have it growing, and then sort of, at the end, sort of like, I'm not sure if I want to go. Yes, I would do. So let's add another frame. You know what? I am going to, there's like a little person coming out of here. Now with the right music, this could be scary, but no, this is it's going to be happy music. Let's just imagine there's happy music going on. And these could be almost turning into arms, sort of. See, when I first began drawing this, I didn't really know what I was going to draw, except that I knew I wanted something simple. And I know this isn't real animation, but I just find it so fun. And I like how you can get instant gratification. All right, so now I am going to have her face a little bit larger. Her eyes are still closed. And I'm going to change the leaf position just to make it a little more interesting. And maybe her hip is sort of her plant hip is sort of like that. And you know what? At this point, maybe I'll have her open her eyes finally right here. And as some of you may have noticed, I like wild hair. I like longer hair because then I could show more motion, not emotion. Well, I thought you could show emotion through hair, but also I just like the wild hair. And so she is going to be having a lot of fun here, and maybe she sees something off to the side and she's sort of like, I can't talk and draw at the same time. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. So that's a very short tutorial. You know what? Is there anything else I can show you here? And ask me questions. Oh, hi, Timid Kitten again. It's great to see you here. I appreciate you coming to my my live streams. Ask me any questions and I could try to answer. Is there anything else I can show? Oh, I know what I can show you. So sometimes if you want some common element throughout, like for example, I like adding my signature and a URL just in case it is shared out of context so that it's part of it. And what I do is I tap the first frame, and then notice the first frame, it has duplicate, delete, but also you can turn that into a background. But what I'm going to do is not turn that into a background yet. I'm going to add another frame right to the beginning. Oh, yay, there's people here. Thank you so much. Okay,
So I am going to add, what should I add here at the beginning? I'm going to add some blades of grass maybe here. And this is going to persist through the whole thing. And then I'm also going to add my signature, which will be here. And I will add my URL here. You can see that, right? So again, for those of you who missed the beginning, I'm working on my iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil using the program Procreate. And you can add color. Oh, hi Constance. Hi Brad. Nice to see you. You can add color if you want, but for me it's just, unless I have to add color, right now I'm just having too much fun just black and white. Okay, so I'm going to turn that background on as a background. And so let's see what happens. See, so now you can see that the background elements I have, which are blades of grass and my signature, they're the same throughout. And the rest of it changes. So what else can I show you here? Okay, so that's just a very, very simple animation. Oh, yay, question! Constant asks, is this a regular iPad Pro, or does that matter? Still trying to I am using an iPad Pro. Can I show? This is my, oh, sorry, that's my keyboard. iPad Pro, oh, and it just tilted, with an Apple Pencil. It's not the newest iPad Pro, but I love it so much. It's the first one I think that you could use an Apple, no, it's the first one that you could charge the Apple Pencil by just putting it on the top like that. The previous iPad I had, you had to plug in the pencil. But so it's not the newest iPad Pro. I love it. Okay, what else? Oh yeah. So after I do this, suppose I don't usually spend a lot of time on these. Then what I do, I go into the settings. Where do I go in the settings? No, I share. Because one thing that confused me in the beginning, okay, I made this neat little animation on my iPad Pro. How do I get it out there? Even if it's just for me, I want to be able to play it outside of Procreate. So then you look at this. You can share it share the image in all these different formats. What I do, if I want to there's an animated GIF, or if you want MP4. Now, unless I'm mistaken, I believe the animated MP4 is higher resolution. So if I was going to make this little animation part of a longer video, insert it, then I would do MP4. Or if I'm just uploading as is, if I'm turning it into an animated GIF, then that's what I would do. So let's do MP4 for now. So you can see it. What happens if you could experiment with different frames per second before you choose? I am going to. Oh, that's kind of fun. What happens if web ready? Oh, it's small. Oh, I don't like that. I like max resolution. And then I export. Oh, and it gives you the estimated file size, which is 185 K, that's pretty small. Okay, export. So now I can save it to my photos and then play it separately. Export successful, yay! Okay, so is there anything else? Oh, Brianne asked, how do you have yourself on screen and your iPad screen? Thank you for asking that. Ecamm Live. I'm using a program, if you look up Ecamm Live, and on my YouTube, when this is, like right now, I am streaming via Restream to YouTube and Facebook Live and Periscope and Twitter. So on my YouTube channel and my Facebook Live, it will be archived. I can't remember Periscope. I think Periscope's only 24 hours. But in each of those, I will include links to Ecamm Live and to Restream and to the app, Procreate app. But I'm using Ecamm Live. Isn't this awesome? I love, and I'm using this more and more often when I'm talking to kids. and schools, I can do this. I don't have my camera hooked up, but I can also easily switch to, oh, my office is really messy, but I'll show you. I can easily switch to this front. Okay, I can turn on green screen, and then this is Gerpel and Preen in the background. I can also zoom in. When my other camera is hooked up, I can also switch overhead. I can show my second monitor. I can do a keynote presentation. And using my Elgato Stream Deck, I can also, oops, don't want to, was there anything private on there? I hope not. I may edit that out. I can also switch easily between all the different screens. So I hope that helps you. Is there anything? How do you have your? Yeah. So I use Ecamm Live. I'll include that information below. And I hope this helped anybody out there who is really curious about my animation setup. Thanks very much. Bye bye.